What is going on, guys? It's Reflex here, and man, hold on a minute. Oh yeah, it is the 10th today, so depending on when I upload this, I might as well just stay up to watch the state of play. Man, I'm gonna be tired as shit. Oh well. But as you guys know, the trailer for the Re-MiND DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3 dropped about, what, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, something like that. And I uploaded my reaction. Obviously, there still hasn't been an official release of the trailer itself, but a lot of content creators, big and small, I was surprised to see certain creators like Afro and other creators actually upload their reaction to this, because there hasn't been an actual official release of it. And Square isn't doing nothing about it, so I had to throw my reaction into the ring, and I gotta just say thank you for all the love on it. I do appreciate it, because I mean, it's been a while since one of my videos hit over 100 views, let alone 2,000. I mean, that's big dog leagues for me. I mean, I'm just being serious. But with that being said, as you guys know, in my reaction, I got extremely hyped for the Final Fantasy characters being re-implemented in the game, because of the fact, one, I was actually slightly disappointed that they weren't in the base game in general. Yes, Nomura did have that interview that sparked the whole controversy between the fandom of, are they needed in the game, are they not needed, and how I see Final Fantasy characters. And people gotta understand that Nomura did not say, I will never put another Final Fantasy character in the game. He just stated that he feels like they're not needed as much anymore. That does not mean that they won't appear as cameos. Like, obviously they're not gonna just retcon the restoration committee out of like just the story. They're not gonna retcon them out to where, oh yeah, they moved on, they're not here anymore. Obviously they did that with Cypher and the gang, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to return, because that's not the person Nomura is. Just because they're not needed in the story like that, that's cool. They were really just there to have a keen interest of people that did not know what this game was, and they're like, whoa, that's Disney, and hey, that's Final Fantasy characters. I think I might get down with this game. I know nothing about it, but let me play it. And hey, it happened. We end up liking the story for what it was, the Kingdom Hearts story with a little flair of Disney. And the cameos of Final Fantasy, that's what they were, cameos. There's a whole bunch of people that was like, Final Fantasy characters shouldn't be in the game anymore because Kingdom Hearts 3 sold well enough. And I'm like, that was the dumbest take I ever heard, just for the fact I was like, huh, you telling me a game that we waited 6 years for, or even 13 years if you really want to consider it that way, but a game we waited so long for, with the most anticipated game, really, I want to say, of the decade, the most anticipated game for the ending of the Xehanort saga, sold well? Wow, that's really surprising. Didn't see that coming. But no, like, it just was so dumb, because Final Fantasy characters, obviously, they're not needed, but they're like a Stan Lee cameo. Stan Lee isn't needed to have a cameo in every single Marvel movie that he makes. Like, that's true, but we appreciate them and we kind of look out for him, like, hey, that's awesome, like, he was there. Hey, like when they did that in the game, when they did it in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and then pretty much every single Marvel movie, obviously the cameos stop, and I mean, that's just due to circumstances. I mean, rest in peace Stan Lee, the legend. So when this whole arguing of whether it was needed or not, or some people saying, nah, you guys can stop bitching because they're in the game, like, I thought this was so dumb, because why not just let the people that wanted Final Fantasy characters in the game be hyped for it? That's what I didn't understand, because this fandom really, the community confuses me, because you can't really be hyped for something without getting a little bit of drawback here and there. I mean, it's odd. A lot, like, for instance, with Kingdom Hearts in general, a lot of people liked the game, some found it disappointing. Those people clashed for a good 3 months on end, and then finally it's kind of stopped a little bit, still there, but now all of a sudden it's about Final Fantasy. And I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I do find it dumb. I do believe that Final Fantasy characters will stay for a very long while to come, and obviously with the introduction of Yozora, we all know who that's supposed to be. That is Noctis, Lucis Kylum of Final Fantasy Versus 13. We know that version of Noctis, and that is the version. There's so many similarities. We already knew this. I mean, the weapon that he was using obviously was a variation of the Ragnarok off of Final Fantasy 15. You might say it wasn't, but I mean, it was very, very similar. Both had the exact same red aura. Obviously, we didn't see a warp strike, but then you see those characters with them. There was like a Prompto Arden kind of meshed together. I mean, it was cool, but we know that Final Fantasy is going to have a big influence on the games to come, because it seems like from the looks of it, this trailer, Yozora is going to take a big part of this game, because look at where Riku is at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 in the secret movie. He is where the story of Final Fantasy 15 / Final Fantasy Versus 13 takes place. He's literally right by the Citadel. And so, I mean, it's going to be a big part of the story in my opinion, and even if Yozora is technically a Kingdom Hearts original character, we all know as Final Fantasy fans, like, oh yeah, we know who that is, we're going to like it. And you know, Nomura, like, for the people that think that Final Fantasy characters will eventually not be in the game, it did surprise me in Kingdom Hearts 3 when there was none, but as you can see, they were there. They were meant to be here. And I think Nomura will never just let Final Fantasy not be in the game. Same with how Disney, well, he kind of has no choice with Disney at this point, but still, like, I don't believe the influence of Final Fantasy will ever be written out of the game, because obviously the spells, those are Final Fantasy themed in general. But I don't know, I found these arguments very stupid, but it got me hype anyways, because I'm like, okay, people can be mad and argue all they want, but I'm gonna be hyped, because what all this brings is obviously a future of Final Fantasy influence, even to a stronger degree in the future Kingdom Hearts games to come. But it also, for this DLC, it gives me the hope that Sephiroth Part 3, the final battle, will take place. And obviously, Nomura stated that he finds the fight redundant. He didn't think fans would care. But he knew, if he thought the same thing about Final Fantasy characters, but then in the Re-MiND DLC trailer showed him off, you know he is holding this fight back. I want to say I am at least 95% sure that Sephiroth will be a fight. I feel like we are going to hear maybe the Final Fantasy VII remake version of One Winged Angel. I think we might hear possibly, I don't know, I really don't know how they'll do it, but I do have a feeling that they're going to get us hyped for the whole, because we don't know what Cloud or Sephiroth looks like, but I have a feeling we're going to be hyped regardless for Final Fantasy VII Remake, because we're going to see this battle and be like, Jesus Christ, we're literally going to have a game that's going to be this, but as a whole. So it's going to be awesome, and then it'd be the perfect marketing technique, the promotion technique for Final Fantasy VII Remake, because like that's getting you hyped for that game. Like, oh man, a full game of just that, sign me up. So I mean, it would just be dumb. I mean, no offense to Nomura, but it would be dumb not to include the final Sephiroth fight. So that's why I have such a big hope for it. And I know I'm rambling on, but you know how I make these videos at this point, so you're not really surprised. But yes, let me know down in the comment section below, what is your take on the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts? Are you excited for the implementation of Yozora actually in the main story? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen him in Toy Box, I was like, huh, that was cool. That must be an Easter egg to that. But then the secret movie, I was like, okay, shit, he's actually gonna be in the game. Like, there's a whole bunch of parallels between, I guess they said, you know, he's the alternate timeline or in an alternate universe of pretty much being Sora. Like, I could imagine Yozora. There's probably, I don't know, a Riku, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a whole thing that I don't know if I want to really even make a theory about, because if I sat down and made a theory, I'd probably make it so out of this world that it would not make sense in the end. It'd just be a waste of your time. But yes, let me know in the comment section down below if you're excited for the DLC, excited for a Sephiroth fight. Do you think it will be in the game? And all that. But if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll probably see you at 9 o'clock for a reaction of some sort if they do something for State of Play. So just keep a lookout later, because I'm gonna have a long day ahead of me. I gotta actually, someone's getting an early Christmas present, because I'm getting them a tattoo, and I have to be there around 4, but we gotta leave around 2, and the State of Play is at 9. Probably gonna be what, an hour long, an hour, 2 hours long or something. So I gotta watch that. So that's gonna be around 11. I'm a heavy sleeper. If I don't know, this is gonna be a long ass day. But yes, you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.